Hi, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. And welcome to the Lifeboat and Blessed to Crochet. I am so excited. Just what a great honor this is. And I have great respect. So welcome everybody to the Lifeboat and to Blessed to Crochet. I appreciate just everybody's support. It means absolutely the world to me. And I'm very thankful. We are going to, not sure if we can put up comments yet. So if we can't, from getting it from the Lifeboat, you may have to come over to Blessed to Crochet to do that. So let me do a little bit of roll call. Hope Between the Dreams and Rhonda and Jason P. and Stir Us and Conversations with Christy and Brazy Girl and Rolling Stone. Evil Twin Sister. Welcome. This is just such an honor. It really is. I'm just beaming. I have to kind of tell a story. Hi, Gypsy Daisy, real quick. This is just going to be getting to know me. My name is Mary. You do not have to crochet to be a part of my community. I started this for the basis of connection, because connection was a very, very powerful force in my life through this channel in December. But I was kind of clearing that area up back there, and I had lost an earring that I had gotten when we were, my dad had passed away, and I had found these earrings, and it just kind of reminded me of him. And I lost one of the earrings for a while, and I decided I'm going to clean that area up and make it look nice. And one of the earrings was underneath my Cricut machine, and I thought, thanks, Dad. And so what I told my crew, hi, Sharon Smith, was that when I'm wearing this necklace, which is an anchor, it means I am simulcasting between my channel and the Lifeboat. And when the microphone is this color versus my normal purple, it means I'm simulcasting as well. I figured fire color for honor of our Captain Spanks, our Captain Calhoun. I think he goes by both. But I just want to say, welcome. And we're going to do what we can. I don't know if we can. I don't think I can get comments up. So that's all a work in progress. This is kind of a boat that is under a little bit of construction right now, and that's fine. We're going to make it better. It's getting a new paint job. It's gotten a new engine. It's getting a little new crew added to it. The rooms are kind of getting, fancied up a little bit and repainted and so forth. And so let's just have a lot of patience. That being able to show the comments on this may not be something that I'm able to do yet, but we'll get there. And we'll get through it. Surviving Together will be on at 3 p.m. So I'm sure one of the mods will put that in so everybody can go over to Surviving Together at 3 p.m. and give her love and support. If you're a part of the Lifeboat and you have a channel, I have placed a list in the Facebook group. Please put your channel. Please put the information, like your handle that you use on YouTube on the Lifeboat. If you have set times, your content, your main content, and then your sub content. And I'm trying to get a list together for Spanx, and I'm trying to get a list together for the crew. If you don't have Facebook, my email is on my channel. Just email me your information and I will add you to the list. I want to get a list together. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Wally. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I'm going to keep saying that throughout this stream. But I kind of wanted you all to kind of get to know me, those that have kind of my story of how I got on the Lifeboat. It started, and I'm not telling you my age. I am going to celebrate my 29th birthday again in June. I have celebrated it successfully every year, and I celebrate my 29th birthday over and over again. But I was 12 years old when I, of course, found Elvis. You see, there's a little thing of Elvis back in the back of me. And at that time, I thought that, um, being 12, oh, I thought he was really cute. And I was surrounded by music that my grandmother put me in front of, Sammy Davis Jr. and Liza Minnelli and Barbara Streisand and all these artists. She put me in front of those people. So I was influenced very highly by that. I remember being in high school and my teacher said to me, "What kind of music do you like?" And I rattled off all these artists. And he said to me, I got to Johnny Mathis and he said, "Johnny Mathis? You know who he is? Let alone how to say his name?" I've actually been to one of his concerts. And hi, Charlie Mullins, and V-Bombs. And so I was very influenced by all that. I wasn't really influenced by the music of the 80s and 90s heavily. But I saw Elvis as they were celebrating his 10th anniversary of his passing, and I thought, "Oh, he's cute," and that was just it. Well, my dad was somewhat of an Elvis fan. I became a real Elvis fan, not that there's any difference, but I really just connected with his music on a very powerful level. Um, I've been to Graceland 3 times, survived Elvis Week, and I've been once with my mom and dad, which is a very, very special memory. And so I got into growing up in Scientology because I was very interested in Lisa Marie and Priscilla Presley, um, you know, their interaction with Scientology. V-Bomb's live music is awesome. It makes me happy. Yes, it does to me as well. Music is something I love. And I just wanted to understand it more. I had spent most of my time, half of my Elvis, just loving the music, but I wanted to go past that. I wanted to get to know who Elvis was. And I oh, watching it live, oh my goodness, it would have been awesome, Rolling Stones, to be able to see that live. And so I started getting into who he was, listening to bodyguards and what they had to say and close people around him. Um, those that don't know it, Elvis actually went in and was recruited by Scientology. I don't know whether he went in for a personality test or to get auditing done, but he didn't last very long. He walked in, he walked out, he looked at his bodyguards and he said, I'm not going to say expletives. He said, "I am out of here." He said, "There is no way that these people are getting my money." And he left. They did get it indirectly, but he left. He was going to have nothing to do with it. And so I got into, and Kathy is my mom. I got into Aaron because I just wanted to understand Scientology. And that's when, all the stuff happened with Danny Masterson and Tommy came on. And I went and supported Tommy as I supported Reese and all those other things. And I thought, I don't need the lifeboat. I'm not an addict. Well, yeah, I am. I do struggle with food addiction. And I thought, I don't need this. I'm just going to come support. I'd had families that were addicts. So I was interested in to some degree. And I just started coming in more and more. I paid attention to, yes, Rhonda, good job, Elvis, avoiding that cult. More and more, I got into finding it part of my everyday life and starting to connect with the people in the chat. And it wasn't until December of last year where the lifeboat changed. It was no longer a channel. It was a part of my everyday life. It was connection. It became real for me in December because hi, Kristen, Melinda. It became real because I actually had an incident happen in my family where my aunt was diagnosed with stage 4 liver and lung cancer. She is in chemo and doing well. And then I had a family member that chose that that person was going to disconnect from me. And not really over nothing that was major, stuff that could have been worked out. I know that she was under a tremendous amount of stress, but she could have said, listen, I need a break for a while. I'll come back. I love you. And that was not something that the person chose to do. And that was very sad. But on top of that, it was Christmas time, and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day was difficult some years more than others, because that's when my dad and my grandfather both passed away. My grandfather in 97, 10 minutes before New Year's Day on New Year's Eve, and my dad New Year's Day of 2021 uh, on January 1st, New Year's Day. So I kind of struggle with those days. And I was waking up in the middle of the night, actually having panic attacks, which as a fibromyalgia survivor and warrior, I deal with. And I hate panic attacks, but I hate them even more when you're not aware of them and you're sleeping. But it was a time when I relied on connecting in the lifeboat tremendously. And there was one person who said, I'm here, along with a lot of other people, but they were my rock. I have my husband, I have my mom, I have my daughter and my family. I love them. But friends were not something that I totally had in my life. And this person came beside and just was there, was checking in on me every day, was listening to me as I was kind of grieving this loss. And grieving to some degree that anniversary that comes up every year for me. And I just connected. That's one of the reasons why I sent Tommy that gift with the Shawshank mug and the water bottle and the jam and all that kind of stuff, because I just wanted to say thank you. The lifeboat became real because of the people in the lifeboat and the channel that was in there, people in the chat. And, that's when I decided, hey, I'm going to just start my channel. And I always loved Blessed to Crochet. I love that name because my motto is you don't have to crochet to be a part of my community, but you just have to come and connect. Connection became real. Friendships became real. And Rolling Stone says, on Tommy's efforts throughout the month of December to get his crew through the holidays were nothing less than heroic. Absolutely. I agree with that. And I thought, to me, my motto is, I'm blessed to crochet. I'm blessed to do a lot of things, but you also are blessed to do something. What are you blessed to do? So it doesn't have to be crochet, but when you're dealing with a chronic illness or fibromyalgia, you need to put something in your toolbox that you can do to help you through when you're dealing with a chronic illness or so forth. So it became real to me. I connected with people and I thought, I'm just going to start this channel. Who wants to watch me? And people came from the lifeboat and they have done nothing but support me. And I am just so appreciative and so thankful for each and every one of you. And I just came in and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. If you watch and go back on my channel and watch my first live, it was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was nervous, and I have just gotten more and more confident, and I have improved, and I will continue to improve. So, this is, I said today when Captain Calhoun was like, one of my ripples wants to start, I'm like, I'll do it. I'll be the first. And I thought I'll jump in because a lot of us that have channels, I know mine is under 400. They have under 500. They're walking into a channel that has 20,000 people. So I know that the Lifeboat crew will give nothing but love and patience and understanding as we're trying to, Captain Calhoun is trying to implement it, put this in the process and make it so we truly can make the lifeboat where you can stop in anytime and there's somebody always on. So let's give support and love. Let's not flood him with a lot of emails. He will appreciate emails, but let's just keep everything really positive because this is a positive move. If we think about a plant, if you start off a plant in a little pot, eventually you're going to have to you're going to have to move it to a bigger pot because it's going to grow and its roots are going to grow. And if you keep it in the same pot, its roots are eventually going to suffocate it, and you have to move it to a bigger pot. You have to continue to grow it. That's kind of what's happening here. We're moving and we're growing, and change in a whole. I'm glad I'm here too. The change in the whole is hard. Change is really hard, and I will talk about that. I have raised a daughter with special needs who has autism, and change for her was really, really difficult. And I don't care who you are, change in itself can be a real struggle. We decided on Thursday, I think it was, to order pizza. I had decided to, not decided, but my foot decided to find the vacuum cord and trip over it, and it kind of messed up my back for a couple days. And my husband's like, let's watch a movie. It was like 9 o'clock. Let's just order pizza. Well, we ordered it, and we ordered it at 9 o'clock. It arrived at 11:45. I will not tell you which place it was, but it was cold. It was wrong. We got a credit back from it. But the thing was, is when I called the next day to say, listen, I don't really think I should even pay for this. You know what happened? She said to me, she said, you know what? We implemented a brand new system that was supposed to make life easier for our staff. And I think it made life harder because it's a change. It's a relatively easy system. Hi, Midnight Show, or the Midnight Show. The system easier, but it threw everybody off a loop because everybody was like, wait a minute, here's a new system we have to learn. And it's all different. And things, deliveries were late, orders were wrong, and it was just a mess. And so we all have to deal with change. And sometimes it's easier or harder for others, and that's fine. Let's help each other through it. That's what the lifeboat is for. We are all here. Hi, Related Boat. Well, thank you, Kelsey. Thank you very much. Mary, your voice is soothing. Words are true. Yes, we're all a part of this community, and we're all a part to help each other through. Nobody needs to suffer in silence. Everybody is here to do nothing else but support. Conversations through Christy says, living a gypsy life, my life changes all the time. It took some getting used to, but now I love my adventures that await, but it's stressful at first. Yes, it is. And I think you need to put pizza or I was reading the comment from Rolling Stones, an excellent customer service, but the pizza place manager. Yes, it was. Thank you, Related Boat. We can put things in place when we're going to be faced with a change. We can put things in place and things, keeping some, but sometimes when change is happening, we want to control the minor stuff. And, sometimes that's good and sometimes that's not so good. So, thank you, Joanne Reese. Thank you. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm beaming. I think I'm going to be high on this for the rest of the day. Well, the only constant in life is change. It still sucks. And I'm going to say that I don't want to get the name wrong. Match Murder Legal. I think I probably messed it up. And if I did, I'm really sorry, but it's true. Everything changes. And so that is something that I can talk about. I love you too, Krista Melinda. You are awesome. Blessed to get out of bed, Kelsey. Isn't that the truth? I deal with fibromyalgia. I deal with, I've raised a special needs child. I've had experience training, having not training personally, but working with an agency to train a service dog for my daughter that needed it at the time. I think Spanx is in the back doing that because we haven't figured out how to do that yet. We'll get there. I deal with, of course, food addiction and tending to eat. when I'm emotional, because that helps to die the pain down. I've had family members that were addicts, so I have history of that. Rhonda says, change is difficult. We are like and get comfortable with the usual, hard to adjust. Absolutely. And conversation, Christy says, when I was adjusting to change this last time, my food addiction came back up and I relapsed, but I'm working that and having turned a corner. You all have been so helpful with that. That's awesome. I think that if you're dealing with food addiction, it goes in and out. There's sometimes I've got it and there's sometimes I don't. So I have some experience with that. I have experience with my dad who had dementia. My grandfather had multiple sclerosis. I do not have I've never been an addict myself when it comes to drugs and alcohol. Because of my family history of it, I really tried to stay away from that. So I went to food, which served this. It was the same kind of addiction. However, it was didn't really, it did the same thing, but it did the same, it's on the same level as far as I'm concerned. They're all addiction in the same category. And so we have to, those are the things I can talk about. I do also have a learning disability. I think I was probably not diagnosed correctly. And I think I have dyslexia. And so when I see words, sometimes they kind of get jumbled up. So I do a lot better audio than I do visually, and reading and stuff. But so you all understand that. But we all have each other's back. There's not one of us that don't have each other's back. We all have to have each other's back. We all have to have people that we can call and say, listen, I'm having trouble. I don't know if people remember, but a couple weeks ago, I had a situation and I did not want to get on the lifeboat Sunday. Nope, not doing it. And I did not. Monday, I said, I really don't want to go onto the lifeboat today. I'm just going to go in a corner and pretend I don't exist. Well, I got my little fingers going and I got in the lifeboat. Okay, well, I'm going to go in the lifeboat and now I'm not going to say one word. I'm just going to sit here because I know I need to be here. Well, my little fingers got typing. And I thought, oh, most likely Tommy's never going to see the comment. He saw the comment. And he said, and he made it known. And he said, I said, all I want to do is just pretend that I don't exist and just go hide in the corner and crochet all day. And I can just forget that I exist. And you know what happened? People in the chat that know me sat there and said, sorry, that's not going to happen. We love you too much. You're too important to us for you to hide. You don't get to do that anymore. Because friends for me were something that I always kind of had a little bit of, but not a lot of. And they were just, not only Tommy, but everybody in the chat was sitting there going, no, sorry, you don't get to do that anymore. And then at one point I said, well, I'm really sorry I get to dump. I'm sorry I'm dumping. And he said, now I'm going to get you. Well, you know what? He lovingly, as I'm sure Captain Calhoun would have done, gave me a little bit of a loving butt kick and said, no, this is the place to dump. Patricia says, I just found you and grateful. I'm an avid knitter and want to learn crochet. Bless it, your loving smile and positivity. Thank you. And so I was just like, he said, this is the place to dump. If you're going to dump anything, if you're going to dump how you're feeling and everything, this is the place to do it. Well, I was sitting in bed having my coffee. My bones were, warm up very slowly in the morning as a fibromyalgia patient. And I was sitting there with the coffee, crying, typing, trying to have my breakfast and going, that was the day of the eclipse. And so I went out about 12 o'clock and went on my channel and I went on, and people that knew me knew that I wasn't myself and that it was okay to be not okay. They could tell in the way I was acting. They could tell in the fact that I was kind of had a, down, was kind of sad and I was kind of down and I just wasn't myself. But I got out of my room, I got outside, I got on my channel and I started talking and I started feeling better. That was the power of connection. That's why this channel to me, y'all, means the world. I said to Captain Calhoun from the start, I have nothing but respect for this channel. And to me, sitting here doing this is such an amazing, amazing honor. It really, really is. And I hold it with great responsibility. You all are loved. Every solitary one that shows up in that chat, you all are loved tremendously. And I'm beyond grateful. Um, you don't get to beat yourself up over being human and needing to get it out. Absolutely. Match. I think I'm saying it right. Absolutely. You don't get to beat yourself up. But I had people, and what happened in that chat was that I was talking and Tommy was using me a little bit as an example to be able to say, now we're focusing and helping Mary. What does that do to the rest of us? Some of them there was one person kind of going through the same, um, you know, um, the same kind of issue. And then they were focusing on me and they were helping somebody and they were kind of forgetting their problems. And, they felt better because they were helping. And so that's what we're all here to do. Hi, Pajama Pixie. Hi, Heart of Orion Jewelry. That's what we're all here to do. That's why we have each other's back. I did do something and I'm going to show it off. I'm going to let y'all have a laugh. Hopefully this is just a relaxed one, y'all. I decided because we have, of course, the Molesky trophy. And I thought, okay, I can crochet a trophy. Y'all ready to laugh? There's not a lot of videos on how to crochet a trophy. So I did one, I modified it, and so I'm going to keep this one just because I want you to know I'm going to improve. I love blankets. That's my thing. I love doing blankets. And in Conversations with Christy says the best way for me to feel better is to help someone else. It gets me out of my head. Absolutely, 100%. And V-Bomb says, I think we all feel like we need to be punished for our misadventures. Yeah, we sometimes, but we don't need to. That's the old tapes. And I've done that on my channel and I will do it again on here on how we can help each other break them old cassette tapes. So I don't do crochet in the round very easily or very well. And it shows. I do one scarf pattern. I do one hat pattern. That's it. I do my soap savers, which now I have made soap caddies. I do those very well. And I love doing blankets and I'll do some wearables. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a crochet trophy. You ready? It's pitiful. It's pitiful. I mean, it is worth laughing over, y'all. It is just it's pitiful. I thought it's somebody said, I'll never laugh at your work. I said, please go ahead and laugh at this one because this one's just it doesn't even want to stay up straight. I mean, it is pitifully, and I'm trying to figure out my camera because I moved it. It's just pitiful. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something else, but I will keep this as just a memory of my first little white boat thing because I thought I had to have something when somebody says they've been sober. Mile High Hike says, Mary, I share some of the same struggles, but I've been so respectful for how much you deal with daily, and here you are bringing us together. You're an inspiring. Thank you. Pajama Pixie says she loves the trophy. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do something similar to what's behind me, one of the panels, and I'm going to do Anchor, and I'm going to do it in some kind of frame, and I'm going to name it the Chucky Anchor Award. Now, when people think of Chucky, they may think of that movie, but we're not going to think of that movie. I don't like horror movies at all. But uh, the Chucky Award is going to be in honor of my dad. My dad served in the Navy, so I'm going to do a panel with an anchor on it, and then I will name it that, because when he used to he went on golf retreats with our church. He went just for the connection. He was not the greatest golfer in the world. He just went to go have fun. He went to hang out with the guys. He went for the weekend. Well, they had an award the first year that was the lowest scoring person got the trophy because they felt so bad for him. They gave him something. He was so happy. He was laughing. Came home. Look at the trophy I won. Look, I got it. I got it. I got it. And he was just so happy about that trophy. And then the next year he brought it back to the group, and they did it again. But this time they made the trophy from the person that got the least score to the person that improved the most. So we're going to do the Chucky Anchor Award in honor of my dad. It's a relatable trophy, a bit messy, but that's life. But I'm halfway fine with having bombed freestyle waffle dough, never having made one before because I'm perfection like that. Patricia says, my goodness, I don't know you from Adam, but I can see you have a big heart and full of love and life you are. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And so I'm going to do something that's beautiful. What a wonderful idea. I thought, yep, I'm going to do it. And so we're going to name it the Chucky Anchors Award. And when somebody comes on and say they've had a month of sobriety or even a day of sobriety, I'm going to hold that up, and that's going to be in honor of my dad because he improved. I'm also going to say that I'm running on a computer that takes a little bit of time. It has just a little bit of time, y'all, and it takes just a little bit of time. It's an older computer, and it's just like me. It takes a little while to warm up. So I'm probably going to have to get a computer that has a little bit more this century, but it's working. So if I'm a little slow, just realize that's probably very much like I am. So anyway, that's what I'm probably going to end up doing is doing that. But I will keep that trophy for when we just want to have a good laugh. When we want to have a good laugh, I can pull it out. I'm not going to get rid of it, but it's just pitiful. It's a pitiful, pitiful trophy. But anyway, it gave you all a good laugh, then that was good. And laughter is such a great medicine. If you all are looking to laugh, go visit Jeannie Robertson. She is amazing. Go watch her first video, sending a man to the grocery store. No disrespect to the men out there, but it is hysterical. And when I was going through, I will do a show on my 2013 year. Whew, that was a doozy. Yeah, I could stick a bit of wire in it too, but I could have both. We're going to keep the trophy. Everybody likes it. That makes me feel good. And so, well, thank you, Patricia. I'm just, like I said, I think I'm going to be flying high for the rest of the day. And this is a good high. I put the toilet paper in the center. It's not helping. Oh boy. I guess I could, I don't know. I just know I can hold it like this, maybe. I was trying to do something, crew, but I don't even know where I was at. I was at someplace and I forgot where I was. Pipe cleaners may work. It gets us to have a good laugh, right? I tried. I don't do round well at all, or in the round at all very well. But hi, Ann Hummingbird. It's me. But anyway, oh, Jeannie Robertson, that's where I was. Jeannie Robertson, if you go check out her YouTube channel, she has since passed, but she has hundreds of videos on there. Anytime you need a good laugh, even if you don't feel like you need a laugh, go watch her. She is absolutely hysterical, and she will get you laughing. And just listening to somebody, and even when I've heard the stories over and over again, they are so it's just something about listening to a familiar voice and hearing the story and getting a chuckle out of it again. And so, I sit and watch a lot of like series. I love Benson. Hi, Sue B. That's okay. You came when you were supposed to. And watch a lot of series like Benson and Kenny and Lacey. I've watched, and which other ones? Hazel was another one I started watching. Some other, series, and they're just Magnum PI and so forth. And I will start watching a series and start crocheting. And I love going to watch Benson, even though I've seen all 7 series, every show more than once. And it's just familiar. It's something to go back and go, oh, I know these people because I've watched it so much. And it's always my favorite thing. Hazel's an oldie, but I will tell you, Hazel and I would have gone along very, very well together. Very, very well. We would have hit the mark. Believe me. Her and I would have done great. And her and I would have just chit-chatted. She was just, I loved it because she kind of, had everybody, she kind of came in, she just welcomed everybody into it wasn't even her house, but she just welcomed everybody in. Patricia says, I change. I hate it. I just retired, having never been lonely, 10 years sober. So happy about that blessing. Well, here's Patricia. Here's my little trophy. Here's a little trophy. Congratulations on 10 years. Yes, I have never sat and watched soap, but I love Benson. But here's to Patricia. There we go. There you go. There's a trophy. See, I'm so glad I had it on the ready. It's not perfect. It's a little wonky, but it was made out of lots of love. Let's just put you in a lot of frustration. Because I'm telling you, I was sitting there going, it got thrown a couple times. If you can laugh and dance about the storm that is life, you're going to have a hard time. Just make sure you have where to laugh about what. That's public humor, public humor and non-public humor. Yes. Well, she just finds she's just had things in her life that happened that were just funny. And she just has made humor out of it. She just says, there's humor in everything that happened to you in a day. And we can look at the blessing. Nicole says, I canceled all my subscriptions when man died, so I don't watch anything but YouTube. I want to rewatch Supernatural, so once my van is done, I will. Good. Do what you need to do. That we think we have Disney and we have Hulu, and my husband has Paramount, but we don't even do cable. I will have to try. I just was like, okay. I was, like I said, I can do blankets all day long. Round is not something that I enjoy doing. Now on my channel, those that want to come and learn how to crochet, that's not this girl. This girl will show you where to go to learn how to do it. But thanks to Tommy, I did not want to get on my channel and start to teach people how to do it. I learned by just watching YouTube. And I actually learned because my aunt crocheted, and I thought, oh, this will be fun. I'll learn. It can't be that difficult. And my husband said to me, he goes, I can teach you. And I was like, okay. And that didn't work out so well. So we went down to a place that had a knit shop that showed me my basic stuff. And then I decided I was going to do a hat. which was just back and forth like single crochets all the way till you get to the end. And I thought, when I'm done with this hat, I am done. I'm never going to pick up a crochet hook ever again. I am done. I wish I had kept that hat. I think I gave it to my daughter, but I was like, I'm done. And I sewed the hat up and I thought, okay, well, let me try again. Well, I should have never said never say never, because I have gone far past that now. But I thought, I really wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to sit here showing people how to crochet. I thought, I didn't feel like I had the talent. And Hemingway says, my grandmother tried to teach me and it was a disaster. I didn't want to teach people how to do it. I've probably learned some bad habits. I probably have, gotten things wrong along the way. I'm not good with writing patterns. I don't really want to teach people how to do it, but I can tell you where to go to learn how to do it. And I can tell you where you can go to do patterns and stuff I have found that was helpful. I just don't want to teach people how to crochet. But I love the name Blessed to Crochet, because it is something that we're going to talk about on what you need to put in your toolbox when you're dealing with a chronic illness. Fibromyalgia is a chronic illness. It's not all in your head. And we're going to talk about my journey, my experience, but crochet has become that thing that I will utilize when I'm in pain. Another thing I have in my toolbox now that I am so grateful for is connection. It is absolutely such a powerful, powerful tool. And on that eclipse day, when I was in the chat and I was just not having a good day, Tommy had to remind me, Mary, you know the power of connection. You've seen it. You've witnessed it. You've had it. You've had it done. And it is so true. And it's why this channel is so real to me. It's not just a channel. It is real, with a lot of people that I care about and a lot of people I love. Welcome, Kelsey, new member. Awesome. It's just so important. And so, it's like I wanted to start my channel as a place of connection. I also have something on my channel that's called the Lighthouse. We have the boat here. We also have the Lighthouse on my channel. My husband and I love lighthouses tremendously. And excuse me, we love lighthouses. And so my thing for my crew over there is, you need me to turn on the lighthouse, I'll turn on the lighthouse. I don't need to have to be there. And Spanx, Captain Calhoun kind of did it when he did the picture and he let you all in the chat and he wasn't even on. And I thought, if you need me to just be on the lighthouse and, be able to turn it on and you all just chit chat, I can go ahead and do that. So I have a group called the Lighthouse Beacons. It's in the description in my videos. And so we're called the Lighthouse because I feel like everybody can be a lighthouse. We can all be lighthouses of a lighthouse beacon of connection and creativity. And everybody is creative. I don't care if it means that you need to pull out an adult coloring book in order to be able to color. If it gets your mind off pain, if it gets your mind off those ants going in your head, if it gets your mind off of whatever it may be, and it helps you to pull out that adult coloring book, then go ahead and do it. Have something on hand. Journaling is wonderful. I can crochet for hours. I cannot write for very long. It hurts my hands way, way too much. So a lot of my channel has now become kind of my journal to some degree. I'm going to be setting up an email that only I have access to, and I'm just going to start sending emails to it. I can type a lot longer than I can write. I can voice type an email to myself. I don't care what it says. I talk to myself. My husband will come and say, you having another meeting with yourself? Yep. Because I do everything audibly. I listen audibly. If I'm reading a book, I will listen. Writing gets you out of your head, yeah. But I will listen to myself. That's how I work through problems, is I will talk and I will talk them out. My dad never met a stranger. I'm my dad's daughter for absolutely sure. I was on my channel. Thank you, Rebecca. I was on my channel, I think, and I was going to going to my daughter's house, and it was like an hour, and my mom just got off my live, and she's like, I could never do that. She said, aren't you like your dad? She said, you sat there and talked for an hour with no problem. I'm like, yep, I can do it. So I don't really have any desire to teach anybody how to crochet. I just want to be able to get on here. I want to open my place as a lighthouse for beacons for people. We all are beacons. We all are lighthouses. And I want to be there. Um, and Josh is my husband. So thank you for coming in and support. My mom and my husband are here. I'm so happy. You know, as the rest, as long as with everybody else in here, I am just, oh my goodness. This is a great, 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 great honor. And you all are making it amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so, you know, I don't want to teach people how to crochet. I just want to connect with people. And I am getting so much blessing out of my channel, so much out of the lifeboat, so much out of Reese's channel. We've got the Relate-A-Boat. This whole thing of getting lives and having lives and having this platform is such a powerful, powerful tool. I was on my channel one day, and so he said, you need to stop streaming and go living. And I'm like, I haven't lived since I've been on the lifeboat. That's when I started living, because that's when I started to find connection. It doesn't mean that we don't need to replace the connection around the fire pit. We need to do that. We need to call a friend and say, hey, you know what? Patricia says, happy dance trophy is beyond adorable. We need to call a friend up and say, hey, got to go for a cup of coffee. Let's do this. Let's do that. We need to do that. This is not going to, oh, I'm so sorry, Kelsey. Can we throw some ones up for Kelsey too? You know, we're not replacing the being around the fire pit and going out and having a cup of coffee and having a friend over for a meal or whatever, whatever it may be. We're not discrediting that. That still needs to be an intricate part of what we're doing. But this is another form of connection, y'all. This is a tremendous part of connection. There are people like me, if you're a fibromyalgia sufferer and survivor and warrior, there are days when going outside of the house is really difficult. When I injured my back and tripped over a vacuum, stupid cord, on Tuesday, I threw out my back. I could not have gone out. I was using a walker and I was walking and trying to hold my breath because the pain was so bad. And I could not have gone out and gone outside the house. And so for me, this has just opened up such a connection point when I'm having one of those days where I just cannot do it. I don't have the energy. I'm too tired. The pain level's too high. Whatever it may be, going outside the house is just, I'm too exhausted. And then for a couple days later, as it's gotten better, I found myself really tired from just dealing with the pain level that was heightened. You know, even though the thing was heightened, I was tired just from dealing with the additional physical pain I was under. Patricia says, oh, please, not Chucky, the movie. Even the crazy friend Brad was the voice of Chucky. Well, maybe we'll do it the Charles or the Chuck Award or something. Maybe I'll do the Chuck Award instead of Chucky. How does that sound? Just a way of honoring my dad. I know that he used to just hate it. My husband was probably the only one that could get away with calling him Chucky. He hated that. But he loved the fact that they named the Chucky Award after him. He just loved it. And I will do a show on dementia because I had to care for my dad, and that will be an emotional show. And I think that this is great, that there's people that are going to be coming on that are going to be giving you different aspects. You know, unless you're dealing with fibromyalgia, you don't know what it's like to be in somebody's body that's dealing with it. And Hummingbird Chuck is my last dad's name. Oh, Yeah, it's a special name, Charles. But he didn't like Charles. He liked Chuck. But he loved that Chucky award. Let me just tell you about it. Still want to call it Fluffy? We may. It may. I may not be able to. We may have to stick around with this one, just for giggles and laughs, right? Oh boy. But I think that this is great. That there's going to be other aspects coming in. There's going to be people you're going to hear about. We love Captain Calhoun and we love Admiral Tommy. They don't deal with fibromyalgia. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to wake up and go, how could I sleep all night and be exhausted still? Hope Between the Dreams says, my father is dying of early onset Alzheimer's. Hugs to you, Mary. Thank you. It will be a discussion. Because it is just as difficult for the person that is walking through it as it is for the caregiver. It's very difficult. And Hope Between the Dreams, if again you need someone to talk to, my email's there. Please connect with me if you need just someone to talk to that's been down that road. I totally get it. Totally 100%. And his story will be told. But he never met a stranger, so I'm kind of I've spent many years trying to not be like my dad. It didn't work. I'm just like him. I've never met a stranger. So, so this connection point is really important to the people that are dealing with maybe a chronic illness. They can't go outside the house. They're raising a special needs child. I know when I was raising my daughter, it was like, man, I wish I had something like this because I didn't have the time. I was too exhausted. When I go to work and then I come home and then I cook dinner and I was like, and then trying, her sleep patterns were off and I just was like, I don't have energy to go out and chit chat for hours with a friend or go see a movie. I wasn't taking care of her. I was sleeping. So that's another point, is that this is a connection point for people that are either dealing with those kind of things or caregiving for somebody that's a 24-hour thing. They may not have the time to go out and just have a, chit chat with a friend. So then this becomes a place that they can come and connect. Nicole says, my dad has mixed dementia. It is exhausting. I spend Tuesdays there. My sisters live there and are the caregivers, but it's become unmanageable now. I know. I get it. I totally get it. And Patricia says, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month of sobriety are blessings. No one should ever take for granted 10 years for me in July. It's beyond amazing. Here's Floppy again. Oh boy. I may have to have 2 awards, right? Anyway, I tried. I gave it a whirl. If one of the mods, if they're here, if they will put up Surviving Together, she will be on at 3:00. So let's go on and support them. And can I just please say, let's do what we're doing with me, with every ripple that comes on here. This is a process. We still have to figure out how Spanx does not, Captain Calhoun, and I just call him Spanx. I hope he doesn't mind. It just comes out. He doesn't have to be there necessarily to do this, because I know he's doing some stuff in the background. And we want to be able for him not necessarily to have to do this. So that's all the work in progress, is trying to figure out how to make sure that we can do it. And I can put up comments and everything. And Pixie Pajama says, fibromyalgia is a beast that no one can see and no one can possibly understand if you don't live it. We all have struggles and we are all taught to suffer in silence. TLB, great place to just be. Absolutely, 100%. So this is just all a work in progress. Let's give everybody, please, that comes on, the love and the care and the grace as they're doing this. This is huge. This is huge and somewhat a little nerve-wracking. You all made it such a delight. Absolutely 100% a delight. I'm going to be smiling for the rest of the day. I just am so thrilled that I was able to just give back, and that I was able for you all to put a face to the name Mary Jones and Blessed to Crochet. You all have really, honestly made such a difference in my life. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And I can't say that without getting emotional. I no longer am without friends. I'm no longer without support. I'm no longer without having somebody in my 5. And I'm so, so grateful. And I love each and every one of you all. So thank you for making this a delight. Let's do this for every ripple that comes on. Let's give them support. There are going to be kinks to work out. We're going to do it. And we're going to do it because we want to help Captain Calhoun. We all have an invested interest in this channel because it is connection, and it has grown. And we have to sit here being very thankful for what Admiral Tommy has created. He has created an amazing thing. And we all need to just be here to do everything and lift Captain Calhoun up and say, we got your back. We've got every back in this place. Everybody's back. Thank you, SB. Mary, that's beautiful. So glad you're here. Wally says, thank you, Mary, for just being you. Kelly says, you're such a great resource. I bet pain is a big issue around here. Yeah, it is. Susie B says, I have fibromyalgia and arthritis. Literally every joint, including my fingers and toes. I am so sorry. Thank you, Susie B. Love you too. I'm going to get off because I want you all to please go over to Surviving Together. Please go and check it out. I don't want to run over her. I try very hard. I do not come on my channel on the 7s because I want everybody to go with the lifeboat. We're all here to help. And maybe the next time I come on, we'll just start asking Mary questions and you can get to know me. That's part of this process. We're not going to jump in the deep end just yet. One little bit at a time, and we'll start just asking questions. Have a great day. And I don't have a disconnect button, so Captain Calhoun's got to do it for me. But like I say, stay connected, y'all, and go check out Surviving Together. She's on at 3:00. All right. And love you all. Thank you all tremendously. What a great ripple start. That's for sure. Stay connected. I don't have a way of ending this, so we're just going to stay until Captain Calhoun takes care of the rain. See, this is part of figuring out all the kinks. We're going to do it. We're going to get it. Hope Between the Dreams says, so great to see you, Mary. It was great to see all of you. You're welcome, everybody. Oh my goodness. I hope I did it proud. That's all I have to say. I hope I did it proud. And Captain Calhoun, when you want, oh, I can leave the studio. Never mind. And you all can chit chat. I forgot about that piece. I'm learning this thing, you all. That's what he's waiting for me to do, I guess. I'm learning it. We're going to get it. Love you all. And as I say every time I end my show, stay connected. It truly does make a difference. The ripples have begun. Have a great day. Bye.